Well, that was an unbelievable performance, really. That was absolutely perfect. We outclassed, we outbattered, we ripped Chelsea to shreds. We blew Chelsea apart, and we get a huge, huge win in the top 4 race. Going into today's game, I said, should Arsenal pick up a draw or a defeat against Chelsea, that was it. We were out of the top 4 race, okay? We wouldn't have been able to claw back a 9-point deficit, even an 8-point deficit. You know, we wouldn't have been able to claw that back. We simply had to win, and boy, we didn't just win, but we absolutely blew Chelsea away. And that was a top-class performance. Welcome back to Analysing Arsenal. These are my thoughts and feelings to the game at the Emirates Stadium as Arsenal hosted Chelsea in a mouth-watering London derby. And Arsenal got a 2-0 win. Unai Emery's first win against Chelsea, first win against Maurizio Sarri, and overall a wonderful performance. Now, last week, I was really angry. I was really pissed off with Arsenal. You know, everything that I saw today was everything that we didn't do last weekend. And that is what is slightly frustrating, because we were so perfect against Chelsea, one of the, you know, the top sides of the Premier League. And you think, you know, we could do that against Chelsea. Why didn't we do that against West Ham? Why don't we do that on a consistent basis? You know, we would be right up there. I'm not saying that we're title contenders yet, but we would be kind of probably where Spurs are right now if we played like that every single week in, week out. You know, we had to win this game. You know, there were no two ways about it. We simply had to win this game. If we had lost this game or drawn this game, in my opinion, our Premier League season in regards to getting into the top 4 would be over. We'd have to put all our eggs into the Europa League basket, and we may still need to do that. But we are very much still in this. You know, we are very much in this top 4 race, and not just getting the 3 points, but the manner of how we got the win today was just perfect. And I think that, you know, we wanted to see a reaction from this Arsenal side, and we've got that. You know, I think that Unai Emery got it completely and utterly wrong last weekend. You know, his tactics, his, you know, team selection, he got everything absolutely kind of, you know, he got everything wrong. It was all over the place, really. And, you know, today he got everything absolutely spot on. You know, there were many kind of different parts to why Arsenal got a 2-0 win and just blew Chelsea away. But, you know, overall as a team, every single player did their part. Every single player worked to the best of their ability and put in 110%. And you're already halfway to winning the game. You've got an entire squad that is putting in, you know, the work, the desire, the determination, the skill that they've individually got. If they put that, I mean, you know, put everything into practice, into full practice, and do the best that they can. If you've got a whole squad of players doing that, you're already halfway, you know, winning the battle, okay? I thought that our pressing was absolutely, you know, sensational. And this is what Unai Emery wants to kind of, you know, put onto the side. This is how Unai Emery wants to play. This is the tactic, you know. We press from minute 1 to minute 90. We don't give our opposition a minute on the ball. We bullied Hazard. We bullied William. We bullied Pedro. We kind of, you know, said, you know, you're not going to, you know, cause us any kind of, you know, major problems. I think Chelsea and Sarri got their tactics absolutely, you know, completely and utterly wrong. But, you know, we didn't allow them to, you know, kind of exploit any kind of weakness. You know, we kind of said, you know, Hazard, you're not getting a touch on the ball. Kante, you know, Jorginho, Kovacic, you're not dominating the midfield. You know, we bullied them from minute 1 to minute 90. We absolutely bullied them, okay? I felt that Koscielny was, you know, a superstar in defence. And I've been really critical of Koscielny. You know, every time he has played, I've said he's not ready. He's a liability. I don't think he's ready to be a centre-back anymore. I think he's past it. And how wrong was I? Because if he can do that, he is going to be, you know, the Koscielny who was one of the best centre-backs in the Premier League. He showed this evening why he can be one of the best centre-backs in the Premier League. You know, it was an absolutely wonderful performance. He got man of the match, and he deserved man of the match. You know, he was absolutely exquisite. You know, his positional play, his reading, his awareness of where Chelsea were. He got on the score sheet. You know, he got a bit lucky with that. You know, it was a very kind of, you know, lucky and fortuitous goal that Koscielny scored. But, you know, the job that he has, actually defending, he did everything right. I mean, the blocks he made, the interceptions he made, the tackles that he put in, like I said, his awareness, the positional play, everything was a 10 out of 10. And, the link up between himself and Socrates, the partnership that they showed was absolutely brilliant. He was just kind of on another level. It felt like he had a point to prove, and he proved that. We had Bellerin back in the side, we had Koscielny, back in the side, and I think that even though our form has been all over the place in the last couple of weeks, injuries have not helped us. It's not an excuse, but injuries have certainly not helped us, particularly, you can see this evening how important Bellerin and Koscielny are. They give as much going forward as they do, going back, and, they put in an unbelievable performance. I think Lacazette and Aubameyang, they just cause defences so many problems. And I think Lacazette in particular, he was just, on another level. I mean, the first goal that he scored, on the right-hand side of the box, gets past 3 Chelsea players, and he takes 2 touches. The first one just kind of gets a yard of space. The second one takes out 3 Chelsea defenders. And the shot, I mean, I firstly looked at it and said the Chelsea goalkeeper Kepa could have done better. But when you look at it, no, he couldn't. It was just a wonderful move by Lacazette and an absolutely fantastic finish. And we could have had many more. Aubameyang with an acrobatic, back kick that would have been absolutely sensational, but was, a narrow miss. And, from minute one, our intent was to get the ball, press Chelsea high up the field and cause them problems. And we did that. We absolutely did that. The second goal, which for me, when I first saw it, I thought that looked offside. I thought it was offside. But Koscielny was just a yard on, and instead of heading the ball into the back of the net, he used his shoulder to put the ball into the back of the net. And, the second half, Chelsea improved. They did improve, but we still blew Chelsea away. We controlled the second half. Leno didn't have to make many saves. I mean, Chelsea had 13 shots, only 1 shot on target throughout the 90 minutes. Leno was not a busy boy today. And, I never felt worried. Even when Chelsea kind of, improved, and we knew they were going to improve in the second half, I didn't feel for one single moment, I wasn't, worried or panicked. And I think just Chelsea got, their tactics completely and utterly wrong. They're playing with this false 9. It's not Hazard's game. And I'm obviously, with my dad being a Chelsea fan, I watch Chelsea just as much as I watch Arsenal. He's got Kante playing as a right midfielder, and he's got 2 world-class players, who he's not playing in their proper position. Kante is not a goal scorer. He's not an attacking midfielder. His job is to sit in front of the back 4 and protect that back 4. Hazard is best as a number 10, just behind the striker or on the left-hand side. He is not a number 9. He's not a sole striker. But then in saying that, when Giroud came on, when Barkley came on, they didn't offer anything at all. So, Chelsea are just kind of are going through the motions at the minute, and I think Sarri is quite arrogant at the moment, thinking that is the way to play and we're going to get results. Well, it's not working. And when I looked at the team sheets, it gave me a little bit of confidence, because all leading up to the week I thought, oh my god, we're going to get absolutely battered by Chelsea. I didn't have positive kind of thoughts and feelings going into this game. When I saw the team sheet, when I saw how strong we were going, the formation and the lineup that we kind of hosted out, and when I saw Chelsea start 11, it did fill me with a little bit more confidence. And kind of, the first 15 minutes just put me at complete and utter ease, because I just saw, it was very similar to the 3-0 win that we got at the Emirates a couple of seasons ago, when it was, Sanchez, Ozil, Walcott, and also the performance against Spurs when we beat Spurs at the Emirates by 4 goals to 2. It's very, very similar. But we need to be consistent. We need to play like that, over a consistent basis. We don't do that week in, week out. And if we did, we'd be in a much better position. And I think, under Unai Emery, we need to, have the money to spend. January for me is not a window where you can get world-class players. So I don't actually mind that we can only get loan players. I don't actually think that we are going to get anyone in. Yes, we do need anyone. But the kind of signings that we need to make are ones where, that has to be an August window. You're not going to get the kind of players that we need in the January transfer window. So, everyone getting really annoyed and angered, saying that we're only going to buy in loan players. What players are out there in the January transfer window that are available that we can actually bring in now to make an instant impact? There's not many. There's not many players out there. So, I'm not going to get angry firstly for that. Secondly, you know, we have discovered this week that we're the 7th most wealthiest club in Europe and the 3rd most wealthiest club in England. So in the summer, we need to spend serious amounts of money if we're going to, you know, get to where we want to be. But I think under Unai Emery, if he can instill that kind of performance that we've seen this evening and instill that over a regular game-to-game kind of basis, then this Arsenal side are going to go places. You know, believe you me, we are going to absolutely go places. And I know it's only one game, but this is where we need to see some consistency, and we need to see Arsenal kind of do this over a regular basis, because if we don't do it over a regular basis, then we're just going to get moments, very much under Arsene Wenger, moments where we think we've turned the corner, and then in a few weeks' time we're back to where we are. You know, it needs to be more consistent. I was really concerned to see Bellerin being stretched off. I mean, he's literally just come back from an injury, and you can see how kind of vital that he is to this Arsenal squad, and the fact that he went off with quite a serious injury. You know, he wasn't even touched. You know, he just, you know, went over. And when a player goes over and, you know, hasn't received any contact from any opposition kind of player, it's not a good sign. So hopefully he's not out for a long period of time. Hopefully it's an injury that looked worse than it actually is, and he'll be back into the squad soon. And finally, Mesut Ozil. You know, I didn't speak about him last week, and I was so angry that I wanted to talk about, you know, what I've just spoken about in regards to the transfers, and also about Mesut Ozil. He was on the bench today. He doesn't fit into how Unai Emery wants to play. He will not press. If we had Mesut Ozil in that side today, he would have let us down, because he won't press. He won't, you know, he won't put in the dirty work. He won't do, you know, the dirty work. He won't do the grinding. He won't, you know, his game is that he will sit just behind the strikers. He'll get the ball and he'll make things happen. But he won't track back to get that ball. That's not his game. And Unai Emery doesn't want that. He needs to leave Arsenal Football Club, in my opinion. I think his time is up. You know, we do need some creativity. So having Ramsey in the squad today, you know, showed that we need that creativity. We needed that last week against West Ham. And when Ramsey did come on, you know, he made Arsenal look better. And we certainly need creativity in the squad. And hopefully that's going to be, you know, a signing that we make in the summer, because Ramsey's going to go to Juventus. I don't know why we're not keeping our Ramsey. But, you know, the difference between Ramsey and Ozil is that Ramsey will track back. Ozil won't track back. So, you know, I've said it for weeks that Unai Emery obviously doesn't rate Mesut Ozil. That's why he isn't starting him. And to have, you know, a player on that kind of salary, on that kind of wages, we need to get rid of him. And I think we will be getting rid of him, because I don't see him in Unai Emery's future. And, you know, it's a shame that Ramsey is going, because I do see Ramsey in Unai Emery's future. But obviously the pre-contract arrangement has already been agreed with Juventus. It you know, appears to be seen. You know, it's not been 100% confirmed, but it looks very much like Ramsey will be going to Juventus in the summer. And, you know, I can't really blame Ramsey, because he's going to be playing under Allegri. He's going to be playing with Cristiano Ronaldo, Dybala. It's a very, you know, luxuriating kind of place to go. And, you know, why wouldn't you go? I mean, you know, Juventus are winning trophies. You know, they're on the verge of potentially winning the Champions League. You know, Ramsey, if I was Aaron Ramsey, I'd probably go to Juventus, because I can see him winning more trophies, and he will flourish, absolutely flourish at Juventus. So, you know, we have got a good chance. You know, Manchester United have come out of nowhere under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. You know, and it's going to be between, you know, Chelsea, Arsenal, Manchester United, even Spurs, because with Harry Kane's injury, you know, there's a feeling that they're going to slip down the Premier League table. Obviously, we've got the Europa League to fall back on, and obviously our next game is the FA Cup fourth round against Manchester United. So that is going to be an interesting game. I won't be doing a match review for that, because I'm out on that Friday night, so we'll be watching the game at the pub before going out on the night out. So I will address the Manchester United game in the next Analysing Arsenal. I don't know who we've got after Manchester United. I want to say Bournemouth, but I'm not entirely sure. Let's have a look who we've got. So we've got Cardiff City, actually, on Tuesday, January 29th. So I'll talk about the Manchester United game in that game, in the Arsenal-Cardiff Analysing Arsenal, but there won't be an Analysing Arsenal on Friday, because I am out on that Friday night. So I'm going to leave Analysing Arsenal there for you guys today. I really hope you've enjoyed the video. Please make sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and check out my great content as well. Until next time, it's Teacher Bagpuss signing out. Take care, and I shall see you all later. Take care, and I shall see you all very, very, very soon. See you later, everybody. Bye-bye.